Tonight from PNC Park, where the Pirates and the Colorado Rockies will take on one another in Game 2 of this 3-game series. And it's our first pup night here at the ballpark. Although a little flurry action earlier, yes, maybe some cold weather here tonight, but we'll have baseball for you. Very glad you're here with us. And Joe Block and John Wayne are with you here tonight as the Pirates are back in action. And, you know, every time that Trevor Williams gets the ball, you feel good. So far, he's won each of his first 3 starts this season. And last time around against the Cubs, he kept them quiet.
It's been pretty impressive, the work of Trevor Williams, because he's the guy of all these young pitchers you probably heard about the least last year. But since he's been put in the rotation, he's done nothing but excel this year, including 3-0 this last start against the Cubs. In total command, just 1 run allowed, 6 strong innings. 3 starts, 3 earned runs allowed total for Trevor, and he relies on that fastball. Throws a lot of them, but he locates it as well as anybody. In and out, up and down with a little bit of movement. Very impressive thus far.
And Trevor Williams, last time against the Rockies, 5 runs. This is a very good offensive team, especially with the home runs. For Williams tonight, a chance to be the first 4-game winner in baseball.
Wouldn't that be something? And again, it doesn't matter who he's facing. If you got to line up with a bunch of power, or if you have guys that like to spray it around, Trevor Williams just knows how to pitch, and he won't change his game plan against anybody. He'll attack these guys with the fastball like the last time, and I expect good results as always.
And the Pirates will have a chance to even the series here tonight. The boys of winter are back at it. We got baseball for you coming up. It's the Pirates and the Rockies coming up on AT&T Sportsnet.
Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. And by Day Automotive, we're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Back in Pittsburgh, and the Pirates and the Rockies will play Game 2 of this series. And yeah, a lot of guys have bundled up tonight. Kind of weather more reminiscent of Denver than Pittsburgh, but that's how it's gone so far here in the early going. Pup night here, first Tuesday in Pittsburgh this season. So bring your friends out and stay by that heater. And Great to see Jeremy Rayak here. Grew up right down the street in Murraysville and making his first appearance yesterday in Pittsburgh. He's a call-up umpire, and just last week his first ever Major League appearance. Getting to work the plate in his hometown, and tonight Trevor Williams will get the ball. As we just mentioned, you know, an opportunity to be the first 4-game winner. Wins don't mean a whole lot these days, but it is a sense of pride for a starting pitcher still to these days, for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, they care about their record. They want that W, you know. And, man, a great start for Trevor Williams. Nice to see. Hopefully he'll pick up number 4 today.
And with no Nolan Arenado, he's still continuing to serve his suspension. Still, Bud Black's got a good lineup. DJ LeMahieu leading it off with Gerardo Parra moving up to 2. Charlie Blackmon has homered in 3 straight. Cargo cleaning up with Ian Desmond at first. Trevor Story homered last night. Ryan McMahon, the rookie, with Walters and Bettis, the battery, 8th and 9th for Colorado. There's Bud Black, an accomplished long-time Major League manager.
Trevor Williams will show you his numbers again. 3-0, 156. The ERA, 17 in the 3rd innings pitched, 10 punch-outs, 7 walks.
Very good at limiting home runs. Second only to Jameson Taillon since his second start of his career back last May. And this Rockies outfit tied for the most home runs in baseball. Hit 2 last night. And he'll try to put those balls in play. The Honda defense behind him. Dickerson, Marte, and Polanco in the outfield. They've been very good this year. Moran, Mercer. Sean Rodriguez gets a start at second. Josh Bell at first. And Rodriguez his first start at second this year. As the Pirates try to make do without Josh Harrison out for 6 weeks. So yesterday Frazier got the start. Tonight Sean Rodriguez. And Francisco Cervelli doing the catching, all bundled up. Got out there and said, I'll take that.
At least he's in the action the entire game. You know, he's going to touch most of the balls thrown today and be moving around. Where it's coldest is out in the outfield.
Williams working with shirt sleeves tonight. Starts us off with a strike. Where did you think Williams grew up wearing short sleeves, right?
Yeah, I'm sure just about every game, if not all of them.
Yeah, I think all of them have been in cold weather, I believe. And you'd think he's from Nunavut or something. No, he's from Southern California. Now those guys, they're not moving as fast, right? They're not, you know.
They can go an entire game without moving at all. I mean, if there's not a lot of action, you get a lot of ground balls. I mean, and for whatever reason, infielders move around a lot more, I think, than outfielders, generally speaking.
Dickerson grew up in Mississippi. He's got the short sleeves on tonight. Mind over matter, right? Hey, grew his beard out for April. Colin Moran. Yeah, everybody's got a play in it all throughout baseball. We've seen that.
You really, I mean, you don't really think about it or feel it when you're in the batter's box. It is. It's, I think, for position players. When you're out on defense, especially if there's a long inning, I mean, you're rooting for early contact and quick innings because it gets cold out there. And you can come back into the dugout and get in front of the heater, and warm the hands up.
So Williams is a good pitcher to be playing behind, I guess, tonight, right?
Yeah, I think both of these guys like to work fast and pitch to contact.
And they don't give in. Stephen Brault in the foreground. Last night's starter gave up 5 runs. Done in by that 3-run home run by Story. Rockies can hit some home runs, though. They have had the lowest batting average in the National League after leading all of baseball in batting average last year. I think that'll change as the year goes on. Blackmon.
I think I saw only played 6 games at home so far.
Yeah. Well, baseball tried to avert having some games in the snow in Denver. Hard hit, but 1 out.
And I think in weather like this, especially at third base, when the ball gets to you much quicker than to anybody else other than the pitcher, you're concentrating to catch that ball in the pocket, not off a finger. Off the palm would probably stay numb until the second or third inning. But you're bearing down to, man, please don't hit me in a bad spot.
Now, last night, Stephen Brault went 0-2 on LeMahieu and walked him. And then he scored ahead of a double. Tonight, Williams starts 0-2 on LeMahieu and ends up getting it out on an 8th pitch, though. Got to keep tabs on that. Parra moves up in the order. There's a move down to the order with the lefty Brault on last night. He's appealing his 4-game suspension. Now the Rockies without Arenado in this series, they have to play with 24 men. They don't get to replace a suspended player. So a 3-man bench for the Rockies again tonight. That muddies things up for Bud Black and company. Longtime Padres manager in his 2nd year. Skipper of the Rockies. It led him to the postseason berth last year. Last night's winning pitcher, German Marquez. Williams has gone full on the first 2 hitters. Glenn Hurdle's bunch has played in a lot of cold weather so far. The Pirates here in Pittsburgh averaging 38 degrees. It was 34 at game time tonight. And he'll lose Parra. Uncharacteristically, some long at bats against Williams here to start.
Well, LeMahieu had a pretty good at bat, fought off some pitches. Trevor just seemed to miss on that arm side. There was a whole bunch, maybe 5 or 6 pitches, it seemed like, in that same little cluster just off the plate away. Probably just trying to hit that outside corner.
Now, Charlie Blackmon, he's homered in 3 straight.
If I had a vote, he was my MVP last year.
Yeah.
I mean, those numbers as a leadoff batter were incredible.
Led the league in batting average, set the record for most RBIs as a leadoff hitter. Time was called. Jeremy Rayak. 3rd year as a AAA umpire, call-up umpire, working the plate tonight. Jerry Davis is the crew chief on this unit. Pat Hoberg, Dan Isonia, the others. There's Mr. Davis. See some of those, a little snow falling too. You see some of those guys with those glasses on. That's to keep the wind out of their eyes. Parra's going to try for 3rd, and that errant throw allows him to get in.
I'm very surprised that Parra took off towards 3rd, because Dickerson was really breaking hard to prevent the 1st to 3rd situation, as it looks like a little sleet. Excuse me, base hit. He's so good he can check swing a ball into shallow left field, and a better throw gets Parra. You see how that throw got there way before Parra did, and just a little excuse me base hit, giving the Rockies yet another chance to get on the board first here in Pittsburgh.
Dickerson with 4 outfield assists, already leading baseball in that category.
He's been pretty accurate with his throwing arm. That one just a little wide.
Throws it by Carlos Gonzalez. Off to a sluggish start, signed a 1-year deal in the offseason to come back to Colorado. Well, pretty appropriate, the weather with the Rockies in town, huh?
Yeah.
Warmest place in the ballpark right now.
There you go. know, I played in winter ball in Mexico in the Pacific Coast League. It could get chilly there at night along the coast. I played as far north as Tijuana, as far south as Mazatlan. You would see several fans around the ballpark that just decide to start a fire, and they will all just sit around the fire and watch baseball. There, I think it was Hermosillo had had the cement steps all around the outfield and dozens of fires.
Fans, don't try this at home or here or anywhere else. Maybe at home if you have a fire safety unit nearby. That's going to get a run home. Too slow to develop to get two, and so an RBI for Gonzalez, and the Rockies start off on top again tonight.
Yeah, and you have to tip your cap to Geraldo Parra. I mean, he created that run. After drawing the walk and being aggressive, taking that extra 90 feet on the check swing. And with one out, that's when you want to do it, because you could score on a force play or a fly ball. 2 outs, you don't make that risk. You kind of stay put at second. And so he was very aggressive, and it paid off for the Rockies.
Now Ian Desmond. Of course, the Rockies familiar with Corey Dickerson out in left field. Came up through their system, and so when he made that throw, I don't think Corey or the Rockies would have thought it would be a ride, but like you said, he's been so good out there.
Well, he makes up for a lack of arm strength by hustle and quick release.
Yeah, you wouldn't say he's the most athletic of the three Pirates outfielders by any means, but he so far this season has been the most effective.
Very prepared, not just physically, but most importantly mentally prepared. He knows the score, he knows the situation, he knows where to throw the ball.
It is really snowing.
Yeah.
When the game started, we didn't have any of this.
With some sleet, you could see the sleet bouncing off that. I think it'd be kind of maybe a distraction if you're a batter and it's clicking off your helmet.
Tap, 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 tap. Right?
Yep.
This is before the previous pitch.
What is going on?
Do the best you can. Started this one. It wasn't. There was no precipitation. Scrambling to just get the out and get back in that dugout. Rockies get a first inning run, and now the Bucks come to bat here in snowy Pittsburgh. umpires and trying to give them a little idea of, what's going on here with the the snow that all of a sudden popped up. It's subsided somewhat here as we get started for the bottom of the first, and the RAV4 lineup for the Pirates tonight. Sean Rodriguez atop the order for the second time as a Pirate, with Polanco and Marte to follow. Then Bell cleaning up. Corey Dickerson, 11-game hitting streak, bat fifth. Cervelli, Moran, Mercer, and then Trevor Williams. LeMahieu, the Gold Glover. Routine play for the first out.
Head shake for Sean Rodriguez as he hits that pitch a little bit off the end of the bat. Chad Bettis, not a very hard thrower. He'll work fast, will change speeds. Through 3 games, 2-0, a 2.04 ERA. Pretty good his last time out against the Washington Nationals, where he went 7, only allowed 3 hits, a couple of walks.
2 pitches, 1 out for him. Gregory Polanco trying to bunt. And if you're wondering why, 1 for his last 17 at the plate, maybe just trying to get something in the hit column. He's been leading baseball in RBIs pretty much the whole season. He's just fallen out down the leaderboard in the last couple of days. Toward Parra.
It was loud, but just underneath it.
Parra, a 2-time Gold Glover earlier this decade. Charlie Blackmon in center for the Rockies, and Carlos Gonzalez man's right. Ryan McMahon's a rookie third baseman too. Trevor Story, DJ LeMahieu, the Gold Glover, with Ian Desmond at first. Tony Walters doing the catching. LeMahieu winning it a couple of years prior and last year as well. Making an all-star berth last year. Fine hitter as well, especially for batting average. Doesn't matter the venue, you got to outscore the Rockies. But as you pointed out, I mean, Chad Bettis, one of these young starting pitchers, similar in a lot of ways to the Pirates. Some guys that maybe have a year or 2 of major league experience who can still get better, and maybe this is the year for Bettis to get better.
It's always going to be difficult, I think, numbers-wise, to be impressive. As you were talking earlier, wins and losses, even ERA, it's just hard to trust any numbers of a pitcher from Colorado.
That thin air there, the big ballpark, right? All the balls that land in the gaps out there.
And it's just matter of fact, your ERA is going to be much higher at home than on the road.
And of course, the parallels between Bettis and Tyone, very scary situations with testicular cancer, both young men experiencing that. Bettis last year was tested right before spring training and found that there was a reoccurrence of the cancer, underwent chemotherapy, and did not return to the Rockies until August. Tyone fortunate enough to not have to undergo chemotherapy. Both right now in remission, thank goodness. And of course, Jameson Tyone was told by Mr. Bettis, who was already going through that at that time, he reached out to one another and shared a message of hope and perseverance, and now both back on big league mounds, both healthy, and hopefully forevermore cancer behind them. And Bell trying to bunt with 2 outs. So 1-0 Rockies through an inning.
was Pirates left fielder Corey Dickerson, and he was asked by Aaron, what adjustments did you have to make when learning to play left field here at this ballpark?
Nothing in particular. I think I've worked on my defense more than I ever have in the last 2 years. This offseason, I didn't even hit till January. I focused more on, my agility, the way I run. I played in Coors Field. It was bigger actually than here. Just feeling comfortable playing with my teammates, and just make the routine plays and everything's good.
Now, one thing he's going to have to learn, as if it's not enough to learn left field at PNC Park with the notch and everything, this wind is blowing sideways, so from Corey's left to right, and these heavy snowflakes coming down, guys, not exactly the most accommodating experience for your defender.
Robbie, come on, we know that's just a little, dandruff. I mean, it's okay. How are you feeling down there, Robbie?
We're doing okay. I see a couple stadium officials here roaming around. I just want to make sure everything's going to be well. And these snowflakes are supremely thick. They are sticking to everything, including my hair, the microphone, and everything else. And one of the photographers made a joke that I should get a hair umbrella, which I'm not opposed to that suggestion as of now, guys. But yeah, it's pretty windy, pretty snowy. Hopefully we play a good game tonight.
Down on the field, Robbie is right in the thick of matters down there. So
his hair's been getting a lot of play this year early on. A lot of mentions about that perfect.
It is perfect. But yeah, we're not in the elements, but Robbie is. We're right on the edge of the elements. These guys going after it. Why not?
By the way, go back to the comments from Corey Dickerson.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what outfield you play in. I mean, if it's spacious or if it's small. I mean, you got to get used to just maybe the wall behind you and the caroms if the ball hits the wall.
Because that's, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
You can only get to what you can get to.
I think it might be more difficult to play right here with the big wall behind you, and the ball doesn't bounce off of that fence like it does everywhere else. But you chase the ball until you catch it or get called off. I mean, it's the same everywhere you go. I mean, it is spacious, but and ideally that's why we had Marte over there, because he can cover so much ground. But no matter where you play or how big the field is, you run until you catch it.
And the third largest left field in baseball, PNC Park, in terms of square feet. Trevor Williams, a nice rebound, 1-2-3 inning. Atop the batter's eye in center field. Thanks, men. The 1-0 Rockies. And let's take a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders for tonight. The longest active hitting streaks in the National League. Corey Dickerson tops the charts. 11 in a row. Getting his first chance tonight. He's hitting .432 during that streak, too. That's no cheapie.
Man, he's really showing Pirate fans how he handles the bat, how he can spray the ball around. He can hit it with authority. We've seen him hit turnaround fastballs. We've watched him hit breaking balls, change-ups, up, down, in and out.
Bun his way on.
Yeah.
For the first time in 4 years, bunting a ball in play.
That's a kind of a theme here tonight.
A conventional swing there. Chad Bettis gets the leadoff man. So facing his former teammate, Dickerson makes the first out. Cervelli's working on a hitting streak too. His is up to 6. Average up to 286. 12 runs batted in. Between he and Elias Diaz, the Pirates catchers as a unit, the best offensive duo in baseball so far. If you go by OPS, best in baseball so far out of the 30 teams.
Cervelli continuing to pound the ball. We saw it in spring training, the long ball, the extra base hits. And Diaz is known for his pop, but Cervelli's showing he has some pop. He can hit it out of the ballpark. He can hit a triple.
And so last night, Cervelli already with 2 triples, in fact.
Half of his hits are for extra bases. 14 hits, 7 singles.
That's what's really been impressive. And Bettis getting the corner. Cervelli wanting to know where that's at.
And you see Bettis not a hard thrower. He's going to move the ball around. You see nothing in the rectangle. Everything outside it or right on the edge. The fastball in to start, and then that little fastball there perfectly placed at the knees on the outside corner. That's a guy like this. He doesn't throw a ton of fastballs. His last start against the Nationals, only 36% of his pitches were fastballs. On the year, it's less than 50. It's 46%.
Compare that to Trevor Williams. He throws a fastball about double that amount.
Throws a whole bunch of change-ups that kind of have maybe a split finger kind of movement. Got good downward movement to it, and not a lot of disparity between the velocities. The velocity for the fastball on average about 90. The velocity for the change at 86. So hard to tell really.
That'll get through. And Colin Moran aboard with a 2-out single. First Pirates hit.
I do this every time, by the way, we play a home game. Is, you know, the scorecard when I work, the visiting team's on the top. And so now I'm backwards right now. Got everything. My scorecard. I got 2 outs in the top of the second with my thanks, Zach. I'll start over.
I better catch up. Mercer grounds out, and Bettis quickly tidies up the inning. He's got a 1-run lead.
ball game here, 1-0 Colorado after 2 innings of play. And I made my way here into the stands. I have Matt and Caitlin right here from Somerset and Murraysville, and they're hanging out, bearing the elements right here. You see them in their knit hats and the blanket right here, cheering on the Buccos, the Penguins blanket, of course. And there's some good news for these fans. The Pirates, for every fan that has braved the weather tonight, as they exit PNC Park, they're going to be given a voucher that's good for one lower level ticket to a future Pirates game. Joe and Rock, just a little thank you gesture for sitting it out, dealing with the weather, dealing with the cold, this kind of thing. Real nice thing done by the Pirates. So fans, they don't know yet. People on TV know, so if you were here, you would get one as well. But each fan going to get a voucher for a lower level ticket to a future game. Real nice gesture by the Buccos. Bring them back when hopefully we have about 40, 50 more degrees, hopefully.
Yes, I didn't know that. That is nice because, look, I mean, it's not baseball weather, but no one can do anything about it. But, if you want to come out and watch the game and bundle up the kids, come on, and so I think that's really nice. It is a nice gesture. And the one from Somerset, I mean, they're used to snow.
Oh, yeah.
Down in the Laurels? Yeah, sure. Saw a Jim Kelly jersey, too, so someone down from Buffalo, maybe. No stranger to that. Yeah, there you go. I mean, now, you go to a football game, pretty good weather for a football game, right? But
yeah.
For a baseball game, we're just not used to it.
So no jacket. I don't need a jacket. Just a hoodie.
There you go. Bring a blanket. Got the winter coat out. Cut your grass yet?
Nope.
Nope, I haven't either. Mid-April.
So have to wait till next year.
Yep.
Or week.
I was going to say, wait a minute. I'll come over there with a machete in September and clear your land for you. Yeah, even the umpires, they don't get to come in. They don't get a timeout. As Williams really settling in. Look at some of our Point Park tweets for tonight, Justin. Let's go Bucks. Yeah, hey. Might as well have some fun and see if the Pirates can even up the series tonight. Same thing with Josh. Yeah, why not? Check out the boys in winter here tonight. DJ LeMahieu grew up in Michigan. It's funny. There's no correlation between the guys that grew up in close to the equator and the guys that grew up closer to the North Pole in terms of how bundled up they look.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, okay, so maybe you played in the cold weather before. That doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't. I mean,
whatever you're comfortable with. Moran getting a lot of early action. Trevor Williams. That was 7 in a row retired. And speaking of the kids, the Buckaroos Kids Club presented by Chick-fil-A. It provides member-only benefits for kids 14 and younger. Kids can receive free Pirates tickets, buy one get one free vouchers, Chick-fil-A coupons, Pirates gear, and a whole lot more. Both free and paid membership options are available. Go to pirates.com/Buckaroos and sign up today. Gerardo Parra scored the run after he walked in the first inning. Tested Corey Dickerson trying to go first to third and made it. That aggressiveness yielded the lone run so far. Hey, give it to a kid. Safety first. He's got his helmet on tonight. Wow. Oh. He's trying to make some friends. That's a suave cat right there.
Oh, yeah.
More soft contact here. Mercer retires that after a 7-pitch inning, a 12-pitch frame for Trevor Williams, settling right in here on this chilly night. Allegheny Health Network injury update. Joe Musgrove throwing today as it was snowing a little bit earlier on today. That shoulder discomfort that popped up again right as the season got going. He began to throw today and going to throw 2 more bullpen sessions, scheduled to at least. It was all fastballs today. Start to mix in some of his other stuff, and then the plan would be to go on a rehab assignment after that. So starting to progress forward for Joe Musgrove, who was slated to be in the rotation. Instead, his high school teammate Brault filling in.
Get through. Get through.
That's what a Gold Glover does, the first part at least. That's going to be a base hit for Williams. Well, LeMahieu made a good ranging play, but couldn't get enough mustard on the throw.
And rushed it probably a little more than he had to. I mean, he had to go a ways to get to that ball and makes a nice play. Anytime you get in the grass, I was hoping that ball would hit the lip and come up on him, but he does a nice job of staying down. But he felt he had to rush a little more than he had to. I mean, he could have taken another extra second to make an accurate throw. But Trevor will take a base hit.
First of the year for Trevor Williams. Here's Sean Rodriguez. In the leadoff spot for the second time as a Pirate, once last year. And you know, the way that the Pirates have been scoring runs, they lead the National League in runs scored coming into the action tonight. Why mess up, you know, everything else? Jay Hay was the leadoff man. They put Frazier in the lineup at the top spot yesterday. Jeff Branson and company always very happy. Jeff Livesey working with the hitters. When they go in a slump, they get all the blame. When they're doing well, they get lauded. They work hard all the time.
Yeah, hitting coach has a tough job.
Glenn Hurdle knows that. He's been one.
Constantly in that cage or watching video of the opposing pitcher, watching video of your hitters. The cage, I mean, I couldn't believe it when we were in spring training. You know, he was talking about, you know, they get to the cage, they got to the cage at 6:40 a.m. every day. And I mean, and the game's at 1. So they're constantly working. And this is where they can have fun. They get to relax and watch a ball game.
Ray Searage too, Pirates pitching coach, and that group. That's why you see these coaching staffs expanded now. There's a lot more available, and so they have to digest it all. Dave Johnson there as well, Pirates coach. High in the air, carrying. Enough room for Parra. Williams is going to try to tag on this. Wow.
As soon as I saw Trevor Williams retreat, I was sitting there thinking to myself, why? You know, it's not a situation. I mean, Parra, as you mentioned, the Gold Glover. You got Trevor Williams. It's not used to being on the base paths. Just go ahead and get halfway, see it caught, and retreat and go back to first base. I mean, that's kind of where he started. And whether instructed or not, or just decided to do it on his own, I mean, play baseball, get on the field, feel like an athlete. I'm guessing that's what's going through Trevor Williams' mind, and a lesson learned.
Parra, a two-time Gold Glover out there too. He's got a pretty good and accurate arm, and he showed it. And the inning is through after Bettis faces the minimum 3 in inning number 3. Williams back out for the 4th. You know, I was trying to have some fun today. I knew the weather was going to be poor, and so I wanted to put together an all cold weather team. And of course, David Freese is going to be on the list. I had to put him at short. You can't find some of these guys, Shanty Hogan, but of course, JT Snow. Of course, you got to have Chad Kuhl in there as well. George Winter, a pitcher from the early part of last century, as well as Icebox Chamberlain and some other contemporary players. There's a guy named Icicle Reader, in fact, who can play in the outfield on my all cold weather team. And the Freese brothers, who played for the Pirates in the 50s as well. No relation to David.
Pretty good.
Aaron, mind over matter, right?
Oh, yeah.
Got to have some fun with it, right? I mean, look, you know, these guys, they've been winning. You know, give the Pirates some credit. 11-5. Other than that series in Miami, almost every night has been frosty. And you know, Clint Hurdle saying it today. No excuses. And the Pirates haven't made any. Yeah, David Freese.
Well, I mean,
I think you'd love to play short.
They're not the only. They're not the only team playing in the cold. I mean, there's 2 teams playing in the cold here, and 2 in Cleveland and Detroit. And I mean, it's just a fact of life. I mean, you play the game. I mean, I mean, sometimes it's super hot.
Blackman got underneath it. And don't forget, if you got some, now this is just what I came up with those names there. If you got some good stuff, hashtag Bucks Booth. Give us some of your all cold weather favorites. Some of the fun names in baseball lore. Jay Hay on the bench, and that bone right beneath the pinky finger. Frank Scher. There's El Cafe. Good day for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Carlos Gonzalez got an RBI his first time on a fielder's choice. Quite pronounced setup behind Trevor Williams for Carlos Gonzalez. Where's the 4th man? Out there in short right. That's Sean Rodriguez out there. We're seeing a few hitters start to try to shorten up, break the shift here in the early going this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one way to help your batting average, that's for sure. If you can make that adjustment and get on top of the ball the other way. Again, I always say this, when you're late in the game and you're down a couple of runs, and that's where that bunt comes into play for one, when you need base runners, or just get on top of the ball. I mean, a part of it is, I mean, certain hitters, especially the power hitters that swing and miss a lot and hit a lot of fly balls and hit the ball at the ballpark, their swing doesn't allow them to get on top of the ball the other way. So it's not like, I think it would be difficult for certain hitters to try to get on top the other way. But yeah, I think, and if you learn, or if you choose to make an effort to hit the ball through the hole the other side, what you're going to do is you're going to straighten up the defense, which is going to help you your next time up.
Is there a way to pitch to the shift when you know your fielders are you know?
Oh, I guess you could. I mean, but then, I mean, pitching to the shift would be, okay, throwing everything away. I mean, but the alternative is to pitch them in where he pulls everything. I mean, they're all over there because he pulls everything. So you either pitch them in, which is a strength to the batter in most cases, or, you know, you pitch them away. You see there that the W.B. Mason strike zone. I mean, there was a couple pitches that were up and in, but most of the pitches were away. I mean, again, if you're going to pitch the way you pitch. Most pitchers pitch the way they pitch, and they know the hot and cold spots for every hitter and how to pitch every hitter, or where they're most successful or least successful. You're going to pitch to that in most cases, unless you're a pitcher that, hey, this is the way I pitch. I don't care what the hitter does. This is how I get people out. I mean, there's different philosophies to all of that. But I don't think you're up there. I mean, you know, the shifts are the shifts. I mean, it'd be hard to sit there and tell a major league pitcher who's done their pitching a certain way their entire career oh, you got to pitch this guy this way so he doesn't hit a ball against the shift. I mean, that's not fair to the pitcher.
Makes sense. Now even up on Ian Desmond. 2 walks and a single against Williams so far. That's been the lone base runners. Shifts going down, defensive shifts going down to baseball for the first time. Gonzalez runs right on the money, got him. How about Rodriguez putting that glove down in a hurry on a very good throw by Cervelli.
Yeah, this is going to be a bang bang play. They may take a look at it. I know Cargo wants them to take a look at it. Quick release from Cervelli, and you see Cargo looking in as if it may have been a hit and run, and you see there, wow, that's not even close. That's a heck of a pick and a tag by Sean Rodriguez. Start low, come up, make the catch, and the only the only thing that Cargo grabbed was the foot of Sean Rodriguez,
which was in his way. That was perfectly done. Little stuff like that. Sean Rodriguez, talking with him the other day, that play that he made anticipating the Javier Baez line drive that he caught at Wrigley Field, moving a couple of steps to his left before the pitch. He is thinking about the situation at all times, and I know that sounds like everybody should be doing that, but he's just got a better savvy than I think a lot of guys.
Again, I've said this many times about Sean. It doesn't matter where you put him, in the infield or the outfield. He doesn't take a pitch off. He knows where he's going with the ball. He knows the score of the game. He knows the outs. When he's in the middle and he can see location, he can see the signs, knowing what kind of pitches are coming, he can adjust and play the percentages, anticipate. I mean, it's something else. It's such a valuable guy to have, to be that above average at every position.
That's why the Pirates have been able to play with a 4-man bench, right? I mean, that, in large part. Or if you have an injury to Harrison, you can put a guy, defensively speaking, who's very good out there. And, Josh Harrison is very good at second base. So is Sean Rodriguez. So that's helpful. Much better depth this season for the Pirates. Let me pick your brain on this. We've seen Williams walk back-to-back hitters. He's walked 3. This is kind of reminiscent to that opening day start where he didn't allow any hits against Detroit. Only one so far tonight. But he was saying to me that he didn't want to give in just for the sake of giving in unless he has to in a situation. And against this Rockies outfit that hits a lot of home runs, it's probably sound theory, right?
I don't think it's just giving in either. I think at times he does struggle with location.
Story in second with 2 men in scoring position with 2 outs now.
I mean, part of it could be not wanting to give in and trying to be careful, and part of it could be that he's not putting the ball or able to put the ball where he wants to on a consistent basis. I mean, only he knows right now whether he's not giving in or if he just doesn't have the command that he's used to having. Now, are they scoring that a double, or is that a base hit and he just moves on the
They gave it a double. And they'll spend a mound visit here to figure this out. Key part of the game with men in scoring position in 2-way. Take a moment to thaw out the dogs. Wear an extra pair of socks today. This Rockies lineup very formidable, but without Nolan Arenado, their multiple-time All-Star third baseman, one of the best run producers in baseball. So instead tonight, Ryan McMahon mans third. Very good minor league numbers, one of the top prospects around. But so far, in his brief major league action, has not fared well. He's 2 for 28. with 15 strikeouts. Hit .355 in the minors last year with power. Williams doesn't get that borderline pitch.
Now this is a situation where you do not want to give in. You do not want to just lay a pitch in there. This is where you have to be, or you want to be careful.
And McMahon will get home a run. And the Rockies double their advantage, 2-0 on his third career run batted in.
And sometimes it happens where you make a good pitch and a batter just is able to put a good swing on it. I mean, that's a moving fastball running down and away from the left-hander McMahon, and he just puts a good swing on it. Stays back, keeps the head down and through, doesn't try to pull it. I mean, that's a nice-looking swing there. And that's about where Trevor Williams wanted to put it. Just sometimes good pitches get hit.
Now 2-0 Rockies. Tony Walters, number 8 hitting catcher. Four straight Rockies batters have reached. The caught stealing of Gonzalez really helping matters now.
See there, didn't get that call on that first pitch, Trevor Williams, but missed with location. Cervelli was set up in and kind of one of those situations where, you know, Cervelli had to kind of go outside his body and didn't box it, but just kind of took the ball out of the zone. You're not going to get many of those calls. But the 2-0 here again. Pitchers on deck, you don't want to give in. You're not going to throw a pitch down the middle.
It's a ground ball and gets out of the inning. Rockies though get one. 3.5 innings in the books. We're just heating up. Here on Pump Night at PNC Park. What a treat. That guy's got the goggles on tonight. Hey, easy. Perro, tranquilo.
Camera shy.
When I get nervous when a dog is barking at me that I don't know, I speak to it in Spanish and hope that it goes away.
Yeah. for a car to jump on or something.
Should stop walking around with bacon in my pocket. Starling Marte.
That would be the best thing.
Yeah.
Some chipped ham.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. By a couple minutes.
Bettis trying to quick pitch him. Kind of started out slow and then rushed to the mound, trying to trick Marte.
Crafty right-hander. You can be a crafty right-hander, can't you?
You can be a crafty right-hander. You could be a crappy right-hander. You can be all different kind of right-handers.
Marte runs well. Let's see what McMahon can do. Oh boy. It stays in play.
Another hit for Starling is you can see there McMahon as he came in. It almost looked like he caught the ball a little bit into the webbing, and anytime you don't catch the ball where you want to, it's hard to get a good grip. As you can see, he threw a knuckleball out there. That ball was almost out of his fingertips when he let it go. And you know, infielders, their repetition and all the ground balls they take, they try to catch every ball in the same part of the glove. So when they reach, they know where they're getting it. They could feel the seams. When you catch it out in the webbing, or you know, hard to get that same grip.
Marte 8 hits in his last 10 at bats. He's already walked tonight too. Josh Bell came up with a man at first and 2 outs, tried to bunt his way on his first time around. Bettis had only 35 pitches here in the 4th inning. And they get 2. No, it came off the bag. So Bettis ends up not covering first. And Bell is safe.
Good idea from Josh Bell. Get a pitch, try to hit it hard through that big hole on the right side, and did everything right except pulled it too much. And Desmond did a nice job of going out there and getting it. The only issue was Bettis didn't get over to the bag quickly enough to find it. He was kind of watching it develop. Desmond did everything right. Bettis just didn't get over there, didn't find the bag in time.
So Bell aboard with 1 out. Corey Dickerson, that 11-game hitting streak going. How about sending one in the seats, knot this thing up?
That would work.
Not on that one.
Corey with just the 1 home run, but he does have big time power. I mean, he will not only hit more home runs, but he'll hit some long ones.
9 extra base hits. Polanco has 9. Marte leads the team. Oh, I beg your pardon. He has 8. I didn't major in math.
Don't need to count.
No. Maybe I should have taken the class then. There's Josh Harrison. Good to know he'll be around the ball club, though. When the Pirates, you know, we're hearing a lot about how they've been talking to one another a lot more after at bats and things of that nature. You know, even though Harrison's hurt, I mean, that's another mind to have out in that dugout. Talk things over with.
Nothing wrong with sharing information.
Or a little enthusiasm. Stephen Brault over there too. You see Ivan Nova in the background.
Staying away from Corey Dickerson. Actually looking to go back in.
Slowly hit. He'll get just the 1. Pirates have a man in scoring position for the first time tonight. The Pirates saluting members of the U.S. military with a military ticket discount presented by IC Light. All active duty, reserve, veteran, and retired service members and their families. Save $10 on tickets to all Pirates home games. For more info, go to pirates.com/military. Popsicles, yeah, that's that kind of night. I want to also pass along happy birthday wishes to retired Sergeant Lou Garda. Celebrates her birthday today as well. Cervelli is the final out.
Left fielder Corey Dickerson. He was asked by Megan, so far, who's the best singer and dancer on the team?
You know, we've been getting to celebrate a little bit after games, and I would say probably Jay Hay, Sean Rodriguez, somewhere around there. That's a tough one.
Pretty interesting, and this is what the question refers to, are the post-game dances that take place in the Pirates clubhouse after wins. Check the Instagram accounts of Starling Marte and Gregory Polanco, Yvonne Nova, among those who post the post-game dances. The guys having a good time, so maybe this is just a suggestion. Now, Felipe Rivero is the DJ for these songs. He has a full DJ setup with the laptop, speaker, and everything that travels with the team, set up at home as well. But I'm thinking, Joe and Rock, how about when we get to the bus after wins? How about a broadcaster dance party? What do you think of that?
Oh,
you lead the way, Joe. You lead the way.
Oh, get my overbite going and see what we can do.
I don't dance.
Yeah, Robbie, are you a dancer?
He gone.
He's already he danced out of here already.
Yeah.
And forgive me, I did refer to him as Felipe Rivero. Obviously, Felipe Vasquez is the man who's DJing the post-game parties.
DJ Felipe. Do you dance, Robbie?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate the offer, Joe.
I do with our girls. It's mostly do Sesame Street songs, things like that. You know, they're 2 and 6 months old, so that's the kind of music I've been into. Felipe's got probably some more contemporary stuff.
Wow, you have a 6-month-old and a 2-month-old?
Did I say 2-month-old?
You said 2 and 6 months old.
Oh, age 2 years.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Sorry, I was gonna say that. That's hard to do.
Miracle.
Yeah. It's a long labor. My wife's the same. Chad Bettis to lead off the Rockies' 5th. Williams ran into a little trouble in that 4th inning. 4 straight Rockies reached. Limited the damage to 1 run.
Yep.
Tied him up.
Yeah, there's no doubt young girls can get the goof out of you. No doubt about that.
That's for sure. And hey, how about those fans? The Penguins leading the Flyers 2-1 in their first round series. We'll have game 4 of the series for you tomorrow night. A Bucks and Pucks doubleheader. Pirates will take on these Rockies in the afternoon on AT&T Sportsnet, and then join us at 6 p.m. for a special hour pregame to get you set for Game 4. The Penguins in Philadelphia.
Did you get tickets for us yet for tomorrow night?
You know, I didn't. Do you think we'll be there in Philly in time?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, if nothing else, we can take it in at maybe a restaurant. Maybe get some food. That's making me hungry. DJ LeMahieu hit this in 2 trips.
How about him hitting bombs early in the year? Not much of a power hitter throughout his career.
Career high 11 home runs. He's got 5 already.
Must be the launch angle. And again, he hasn't played at home, so you can't even say thin air.
Usually league-wide batting averages, power is down early in the season in the colder weather.
Well, that's what I think is interesting is the Rockies are leading the National League in homers, and they haven't been at home.
You should call them goners then. And a double for LeMahieu. That ball took a funny spin when it hit in the infield too.
Yeah, he's hit a couple of balls down towards third, and Colin Moran, no play on this, was a ways off the line at third base. Look how far off the line he is, and so it's two hopper. I'm sure, you know, even if you're playing straight up, not suggesting he could have made the play, but yeah, he had no chance at that because he was almost playing him the other way. And LeMahieu is a guy that uses the whole field, hits a lot of balls to right field.
Leading the National League in batting average since the beginning of the 2015 season. Parra pops up and pops out to Mercer again.
And LeMahieu, I want to say only, I think I counted 40 extra base hits last year. And he's already past the quarter mark of that. He's at 11. That's his 6th double. Good to go with the 5 homers. So yeah, he's been pretty much a singles hitter for the most part.
I got to get through Charlie Blackmon. Leading the league in slugging percentage coming into tonight's action. Already missed a few games with a quad injury a couple weeks ago, but 7 home runs, including 1 last night. Put it in a great spot.
Yeah, and it's kind of an at bat where you think like Blackmon, who one of the best hitters in baseball, and a great RBI man. First base is open. How are you going to pitch him? And Trevor Williams says, well, there's a fastball in the inside corner. See him go away here. At least that's where Cervelli's moving.
When you were saying that earlier, Rock, too, you know, Williams hasn't been as pinpoint as he normally is, but he's still, even on an off night for him, I mean, he's usually above average in terms of putting it where he wants to, right?
Oh, yeah.
Location.
Gets a call there. That pitch just off the outside edge. And so now with 2 strikes, I'd be shocked to see a pitch in the strike zone, but Trevor Williams will probably try to get Blackmon to expand.
Two pitches for Williams here in the 5th.
With that great year for Blackmon last year, shocked to see that he actually struck out 135 times. I mean, he just is so, seems locked in every pitch.
Now the count even on him. LeMahieu at second. Led the league in batting average last year. Normally atop the order, but with Nolan Arenado out, they've slid him down to the 3 spot. That's the guy you have to face to start the game.
Yeah.
I mean, think about.
How about he had over 700 plate appearances last year?
It's part of the reasoning, right? Get him up more.
Like over 720. Boy, and that one there, and that goes to show you some of the deception of Trevor Williams. And I don't think he wanted to throw that particular pitch here. You see Cervelli set up and he goes to his backhand. That means that ball caught a lot of plate. I mean, that's outer half, and got away with one. But then again, that good deception that Trevor Williams, that fastball plays much harder than the velocity.
That one was at 89. Was that a slider there?
Maybe. I mean, didn't see spin.
Well, something off speed to try to get him to chase, looked like. There's not yet been activity, but it will be soon. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming.
Beautiful.
And Williams gets out of it. Bend but don't break. And Williams gutting through 5 so far. And at bat culminating in a comebacker.
Get him some runs.
Advantage on our UPMC scoreboard, 2-0 Colorado. Beautiful shot from inside the ballpark. Pirates have managed just 3 hits so far against Chad Bettis. Starting the 5th at 42 pitches. You're talking about the deception that Trevor Williams owns. Bettis must, right? I mean, the way that he's not just done well against the Pirates, but the rest of his opponents so far this year. Doesn't throw very hard.
And, you know, pretty good movement.
That one cracked, but Hara right there, 1 out.
Hit it too hard. Good late movement. Good change of speed. I mean, again, Trevor Williams, you're going to see a fastball every at bat. I mean, he's thrown it so far this year over 70% of the time, the fastball. Bettis, not so much. I mean, fastball, he throws it less than half the time. Throws a lot of changeups. Pretty good slider. Curveball he'll mix in.
Williams due up third in this inning, so he would be on deck, but not in the circle at the moment.
And nobody has gotten up in the bullpen. Now we see some activity down there, but
might be a decoy. No, nope. Santana now. Yeah, Frazier's been in the on deck circle. Williams at 87 pitches so far.
As quickly as Bettis works and as quickly as he's been able to get outs, you'd almost have to stall. I mean, if Mercer would have made a quick early out here and you had Frazier in the batter's box, you would have had to take some, you almost have Frazier take some time before he got in there, because Santana no way could have gotten ready fast enough. But now with the 4 pitches already to Jordy, more time to get loose.
Well, they might choose if Mercer's out, right? If there's 2 outs, maybe Williams stays in. Sometimes it's, you know.
I think there's a very strong possibility that with nobody on that Trevor Williams stays in the game.
Well, you get a man on, and then you want to try to keep the inning going, right? Down a couple of runs. National League Baseball.
I mean, if it was something that was a base hit and a double, second and third, nobody out, I mean, you'd probably pitch hitting no matter what against Williams. 2 on, nobody out. Well, Williams can go up there and drop a bunt down.
That one hit well. That time in front of Parra, and so Mercer is aboard.
Now, with the 1 out runner on first, Williams will come out. Now, I think if Jordy hits a double or a triple, well, we might see Adam Frazier hit, but with him just on first base, we'll see Trevor Williams attempt to move him up 90 feet with the bunt.
So Santana will sit down in the Pirates' pen. Williams had an infield single. Just trying to give himself up here. How do you bunt when the other team knows you're going to bunt?
You bunt it at first base because the first baseman has to hold the runner on. And, they practice this regularly, and you got the third baseman charging out of the box, so you don't want to hit it that direction. That's the right direction.
Looking down for his sign. Trying to get Mercer into scoring position. Pirates have had only 1 man at second. That was Bell last inning. Caught by Gonzalez, the right fielder. So they take away the bunt. What's the rationale for that? Is that against a defense that they see, or?
I don't know. I don't know if there is a rationale for that. I mean, I know LeMahieu was like really sliding over towards first base, but I still don't know if that makes a big difference. And see there, it doesn't look like Gonzalez called for it. At least if he did, not loud enough. But yeah, with 1 out, maybe you could try a hit and run. But outside of that, I'm not exactly sure.
Maybe try to slug it past the drawn in third baseman, right? I guess that's maybe the concept. Again, I suppose.
You could sit there and come up with a dozen things that might have been going through Trevor Williams' mind as to why he would swing, but
Instead, Mercer at first. So far this series, the Pirates have not been able to muster much against Rockies pitching. 4 hits yesterday, 4 hits so far tonight. But with one swing of the bat, they can tie the score. Bettis has allowed 2 home runs this year in his first 3 starts. Doesn't appear to have the sign he wants from Walters. Like that might have been the changeup.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell. I mean, except maybe the movement. We've seen fastballs in the high 80s. Again, I mentioned it earlier. This fastball so far this year has averaged 90. His changeup has averaged 86. And so you can obviously, I mean, he's throwing some changeups harder than 86. He's throwing some fastballs slower than 90. So sometimes hard to tell.
McMahon gets the Rockies out of it. Pirates haven't mustered much against Bettis, and Williams back out to work. That's what we've seen earlier tonight. Great looks on our Allegheny Health Network Super Mo, and a few flakes still flying. Through 5 tonight. An official ball game on a very chilly night. Might even be the coldest night in Pirate history here at Pittsburgh. Man on the mound wearing the temperature when we started tonight. 34. And dating back to at least 1990. Stats tells us that is the coldest start time in Pittsburgh.
I'm going to predict
start temperature.
These are the last flurries we'll see this year.
That sounds good.
The fall. No more flurries.
Unless Vegas makes the finals.
Well, hopefully we'll see flurry back here in Pittsburgh.
Singular, yeah, not
one flurry. That would be a treat.
Ian Desmond tonight. Ground out in a walk. Bucks and pucks for you tomorrow night. Pirates will play afternoon tilt, finish up the series against the Rocks. Game 4 from Philly tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, with the pregame coverage right here on AT&T Sportsnet. Quickly, 2 up and 2 down against Williams here in the 6th. One of the best ways to save on Pirates tickets all season long is with your Giant Eagle Advantage card. You can use your Advantage card to save up to $10 on seats throughout the ballpark for all Sunday through Friday games. If you want to save on tickets, go to pirates.com/advantage card. Get some warm weather gear tonight. You have the advantage here on the banks of the Allegheny tonight. Got the barge through tonight to break up. It's not that bad, but it's chilly tonight. Trevor versus Trevor. One so far. Williams ahead 0-2. Story with a double. First time around, flat out.
This might be the first time this year of all the cold weather games we've done where we see the smoke coming out of players' mouths.
Yeah. Dragon-like.
Yeah.
Not since the days of Jim Leland have we seen that here in Pittsburgh. There's the breath. Now 2-2 to Story. Can you see? Yeah, wow.
Can you see it?
I didn't realize that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if Williams can complete 6 tonight. So that's where he's going for.
Ooh, close one. High strike, not called.
.96 pitches. Trailing 2-0 here in the 6th. And he comes back to get him.
Nice job. Another dandy from Trevor Williams. Again, scoring some runs.
Well, thank you very much, Rob, and our own Steve Blass attending that in Puerto Rico. He's going to be part of an homage to Roberto Clemente, a memorial is being erected in Puerto Rico. So Steve down there. Happy early birthday to Steve tomorrow as well. I'll spend his birthday in San Juan tomorrow. So thanks for filling in, Rock, here at home.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Trevor Williams, another 6 strong innings, and looks like Bettis got a call on that one, and he's been pretty efficient and around the zone. Doesn't need any help, but got some there. I mean, that pitch on the inside part too. Anytime as a batter, I think you get more frustrated when the pitch off the plate in is called a strike. Hard to do much with it, and plus the umpire's looking right over that part.
And Isonia says no.
And so a full count. He just went in hard off the plate, and usually a lot of pitchers do that to speed up the bat, and he has that good changeup. We'll see if he goes to it here.
Leadoff walk.
He did go with the changeup, but missed with it badly. So tying run to the plate.
Bringing up Starling Marte, and when we have games here at PNC Park, we can show you StatCast. And back in the 4th inning, because of his speed, the hit probability on this is 9% for any other average hitter, but for him,
it's so impressive.
even a good throw.
Yeah,
doesn't go.
I mean, he gets down the line as a right-handed batter faster than most left-handed batters, and a lot of it, I mean, he hits a little more off his front foot, so he gets out of the batter's box a little bit quicker, but I mean, he can just flat out fly.
Twisting deep to right. Gonzalez has the first out. It's been a hard time coming by that for Marte, coming in 8 for his last 10. Been on base both times prior.
And he's just been seeing the ball so good. I mean, he's been patient up there, and it just means everything's like looking big for him right now. He's recognizing rotation. We haven't seen him chase, and pitchers still continue to try to get on the chase. And it's pretty telling that he's tied with Polanco for the team lead in walks. Well, was. I guess Polanco just got one more, but 10 walks already this year for Marte. Polanco just picked up his 11.
Even though the Bucks bats have been quiet tonight, one swing ties the game because of Trevor Williams' effort. He'll always take 2 runs in 6. There's the defensive shift. Story is the shortstop playing on the right side. Hitters count for Bell. Lay down a bunt in the 1st, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th.
Hope to see a mistake, and again, I think that's why Bettis has been able to put up zeros, is he's been able to stay out of the middle of the plate for the most part. He's kept the ball down, and when you get into a count like this, 2-0, you're the tying run, you look for something elevated, look for something up that won't fall out of the strike zone. And that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to pound it into the ground on a pitch down and have you hit it on the ground.
Trevor Williams will not be baseball's first 4-game winner. Pirates still have a chance in the final 3 innings tonight. north of the border. Good to have our folks from Canada here tonight. Edgar Santana coming on to pitch here.
7th appearance, 9 ERA, 235 opponents hitting him.
And he'll pick up for Trevor Williams. Quality start for Williams tonight. 2 runs over 6 innings, but will not get an opportunity for his major league leading 4th win. See if the pen can hold him here. They've been pitching better as of late.
Boy, that was a good slider there from Santana. He missed that pitch by a foot. Watch how much he swings over this pitch. Whew.
Santana has the stuff to be an elite reliever, a rookie. And look at the tweet from a Cleveland beat writer talking about Lindor's trip to Puerto Rico, where he spent his early youth and went to his old school, being able to talk to kids and help them out a little bit. And you think about all the turmoil that Puerto Rico has been in, and you know, talking about Lindor growing up in Cagua, and for the Pirates. That relief mission at the end of last season, that was so moving. Joey Cora is the Pirates' third base coach, and he's from that town as well. And there's Joey. Mike Gonzalez, who is also from Puerto Rico. He works as the interpreter, assistant to the general manager with the Pirates, and many of the other players as well going down. President Frank Coonley and Bob Nunning, the owner of the Pirates, all combining to donate, if I remember correctly, 450,000 pounds.
Incredible.
What relief effort.
What the city of Pittsburgh did. The people in Pittsburgh and how they came out.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, because of so many donations from you. And that was just so neat to see the city come alive and try to help our neighbors in Puerto Rico. And tonight, now they get to celebrate some baseball. Tonight and tomorrow. And 2 outs for Santana. And speaking of Puerto Rico, that brings us to tonight's look back, our day automotive this day in Pirates history. Back in 1955, the Pirates were swept by the Dodgers in a doubleheader, but what made it notable, Roberto Clemente making his major league debut. He singled in his first at bat, and Frank Thomas would triple him home in game 2. Clemente leading off, went 2 for 4 in that one. And when Clemente came up, he wore number 13. Earl Smith, who was still in the area, an outfielder at the time, was wearing number 21. And Clemente, for the number of letters in his name, Roberto Clemente Walker, 21 letters in his full name. So he was eventually awarded number 21. And the interesting irony was that he began his career against the Dodgers, the team that signed him. But they lost him because in those days, the rookie draft, which similar to the Rule 5 draft today, they would have to keep him on the roster because they signed him for too much money. They didn't. They put him in the minor leagues instead, tried to hide him. And the Pirates took him, and he was all theirs. Nice inning for Edgar Santana. Trying to keep this close. See if the Bucks bats can get going on this chilly night against Chad Bettis. here. 2-0 Colorado. And not a lot of scoring tonight, but here's how we got here. The Rockies, right in the first inning, taking advantage of Parra going from first and third after a 1-out walk. He scored on that ball hit by Carlos Gonzalez. And then in the fourth, it was Ryan McMahon, the rookie, playing for the suspended Nolan Arenado, driving in the run. Trevor Williams, a strong outing tonight, 2 runs over 6 innings, and getting out of some trouble and getting through the inclement weather as well. Story, who homered last night, getting him there and being able, for the large part, in command tonight. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, but just 4 hits against Trevor Williams through his first 6 innings, and will not be a winner tonight, even if the Pirates are. So he will not be the first 4-game victor in baseball this year. But who cares if the Pirates get the W tonight? I'll be happy for that. Hey, it's a bring a panda head night. Having some fun during the stretch, trying to get that blood moving on a 34-degree night. Going to be better weather tomorrow. Afternoon contest, temperatures in the mid-50s expected. Our Nissan Road ahead. Chad Kuhl will get the ball for the Buccos against Kyle Freeland. Our coverage starts at noon right here on AT&T Sportsnet. Maybe Kuhl should have pitched tonight, right? Ha ha ha. You know.
Yeah.
We had that. Had some fun with some of the names earlier around baseball history that talk about the weather. But as you said, Rock, this should be the last of them, we hope.
The last of the flurries,
yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
No, we hope. This is it. Tonight's it. No more. And by the way, it's more fitting that Chad pitches tomorrow, because tomorrow it will be cool, not cold. Tonight is cold. Tomorrow will be cool.
Well said.
Like 50 degrees tomorrow, something?
Yeah,
maybe
50, 55, maybe. Hey, there's Rick.
Ricky's cool.
Yeah. He's out there, rain or shine. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Great aim. Down in the Lexus Club. He's a fixture whenever you look behind home plate. You see Rick. So Dickerson is out, and hopefully he'll get another chance to bat. Get that 11-game hitting streak on the line. That would also mean that Pirates have put up some runs against Chad Bettis.
We only need one base runner.
Richard Rodriguez getting loose. Would be coming on for his Pirates debut. Now, the Pirates have had that one base runner on a lot of times tonight. They just haven't had that second base runner.
Yeah, that's the key. Unable to bunch anything.
Pirates have had a runner on in every inning against Bettis. But a runner.
A runner. Never multiple runners.
Not yet.
Cervelli, pretty good pitch there. I don't know, maybe quick pitched a little bit. He couldn't pull the trigger. Up and out over.
Now Bettis has never pitched more than 7 innings this season, but has gone the route before. That was 2 years ago. Just given up 4 hits so far, walked a couple. Putting the ball in play, 1 strikeout. Make it 2.
Again,
Old-time Cervelli.
A few pitches in the zone there, and that last pitch, a hanging changeup. And there you see the grip of the changeup, and again he throws it fairly firm. And Cervelli was just out in front.
Now the Rockies have some action. Brian Shaw, the old rubber arm righty. The Rockies spent a lot of money in the offseason to fortify their bullpen. And suppose they're going to try to use them, try to protect the lead. Bettis only 78 pitches. You know, these days, you know, the old adage was, right, you try to get that starter out and get into that bullpen. I think these days Most teams, you know, their top 2-3 guys, whether you're Bud Black's outfit or anybody, you don't want to face them. Well, the way that Bettis has pitched tonight, maybe you do want to change the scenery.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's obviously kept Pirate hitters off balance, except Colin Moran. Colin Moran has hit 2 balls right on the nose, extremely hard. A base hit, and then a liner into left. But behind in the count here.
Look at our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Ooh, that right shin. Cold night. But Moran stoic.
And then he went with the quick pitch. This time a quick pitch changeup. And threw the quick pitch fastball to Francisco Cervelli.
I guess the whole point of pitching, right, is to disrupt the timing of the hitter. So, and he dispatches Moran. A couple of strikeouts in the 7th for Bettis. His first true 1-2-3 inning tonight.
And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in tonight's game. On the banks of the Allegheny tonight, a frosty one. A 2-0 Rockies advantage. Both teams with 4 hits. Nice inning from Edgar Santana in the 7th, retiring the side in order, but now top 3 hitters in the Rockies 9. DJ LeMahieu with a double his last time, also rocketed a liner back in the 1st. I think this is a key inning, Rock. I mean, right now you keep it at 2-0, and like you pointed out, I mean, you get a base runner, and now they've got to pitch with the tying run at the plate. You start making it 3-4-0, a lot more comfortable for the Rockies to pitch in those.
Man, looping a blast. I mean, runs are hard to come by, obviously. A total of 2. So, yeah, you want to keep them right there, and you don't want to hand out free passes. Free passes have led to both of the Rockies' runs.
And it's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivering an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone. got weather mode in that game. Here's Gerardo Parra. Hitless in his last 12, but he did walk back in the first. And LeMahieu will have to stay put. Parra has popped to short his last 3 times. A nice recovery by Santana.
Tough customer here in Blackman.
Here's a test because, you know, Santana last year was not effective against getting lefties out in his time in the minors or in his stay with the Pirates. He is a lot more confident in his developing changeup, and has so far he's been throwing it so far this year too. So see if he ends up utilizing it against Blackman here. Starting him off with a fastball. And another to make it 1-1.
Off the end of the bat.
Blackman dressed for the weather today with that beard. He's been growing that for years.
The beard is in.
Just missed. Now 2-1. Yeah, a lot of guys sporting those big beards too, and why not? Fleury's through most of the game tonight. Now 2-2 on Blackman.
Caught him guessing. It looked like there did Santana. Thought he was getting the fastball.
Didn't. Way out in front.
Having that third weapon now could be of help.
And that's a real good slider there, just breaking straight down
Under the swing of the dangerous lefty. Watch the rotation and it just disappears. Man, he missed it by about a half a foot. How far out in front and over that is.
Look at the Allegheny Health Network Supermo, swung way over it. Looks like it's going to be in one place, and then he's got the stuff to Santana. Stays with it, gets the out, leadoff walk left on. So a great job by Santana, keeping this a 2-run game. See if those bats can get moving down a pair. Edgar Santana helping keep it that way. 2 scoreless innings of relief. Stranding a leadoff walk. Chad Bettis back out for the 8th.
Yeah.
There we go. What a start. Very slowly hit into that corner, and Parra having some trouble with it, but Mercer will stop at second.
Well, there you go. Got the start. You got the runner on. You will have the tying run come to the plate as Jordy pitch a missed location. Catcher Walters wanted it away. It sailed back inside. Jordy rips it down the line. Helped that the third baseman McMahon was in. Little bobble out there, no harm there. Jordy was in the second easy.
First extra base hit for the Pirates tonight. And first time they've had a man in scoring position with nobody out. Adam Frazier to pinch hit. Frazier got the start yesterday and went 0 for 4. He's the tying run. A productive out. Moving Mercer to third with 1 away. Still need a pair, but hey, the way things have been going tonight, even if they can just have the deficit here in the 8th inning.
At least cut it in half. You can find a way to get Jordy home.
Bud Black, a longtime major league pitcher. And he's got a sense that that's going to be it for Bettis today. So Bettis a fine outing, but Pirates going to try to spoil it here in the game.
On AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Tight ball game here in the 8th inning. And the Pirates with a tying run at the plate. First time they've had a man at third all night. Rockies go to the bullpen. Brian Shaw, longtime Cleveland reliever.
Yeah, 10 appearances, a .386 earned run average. Opponents with a healthy batting average of .297.
Most used pitcher in the last 6 years in baseball.
One of those pitchers that, according to the stat sheet, does not throw a fastball. Cutter, slider.
He's behind 2-0 on Rodriguez.
And there you see the late cutting action. Boy, Bettis doesn't look like he just came out of the game, does he? I mean, not a night where you're going to be sweating and out of breath, but
Rockies got the infield back. Walters saving a run.
And this is a difficult guy to face. I mean, everything's running away from you as a right-handed batter. It's firm at 93, 94, that cutter. Then the curveball as well. Not unless he throws something in, not a guy you don't want to be looking to pull. Because even there, I mean, his catcher's set up inside. That pitch ends up right down the middle of the plate. It's just running away from your bat when you're looking to pull it. And there you see the cutting action. Just underneath it was Sean. And now in this situation, shorten up, put her in play.
That'll get the run home. Well, no, they're going to come home, and they got him. That was a niftily made play there by McMahon. The contact play.
And when you're down by 2 runs and you're going to go home in that situation, and you almost have to turn around to see if the play's at home. Because right now you just ran yourself out of scoring position with 2 outs. If you stop and you saw Jordy was looking, stop, make them get you in a rundown. At least you'll give, if you stop and get in a rundown, the batter runner, Sean Rodriguez, has to get himself into second base. And so instead of just giving them the out, stop, get caught in a pickle for as long as you can and hope that you can still have a runner in scoring position.
So Bud Black just wants to use Shaw for 1 batter with the lefty Polanco coming up. Back to the bullpen for the Rockies, who maintain the lead. Got it home. Running on contact.
Well, I don't know if you're running on. You can't be running on contact. I don't know exactly what he was told, but you can't be running on contact in that situation because I mean, obviously the infield's back. The third baseman wasn't playing as far back as the rest, and it's one of those plays where if it's right at the third baseman, can you take that risk? I mean, it's almost one of those things where I'll see it by the pitcher up the middle, and then you can go home, but you can't go on contact in that situation. I'm not exactly sure what he was told, but obviously, that's not a situation where you want to get thrown out at home.
So Rodriguez at first, but now 2 outs. Jake McGee want the lefty to face the lefty Polanco. Gregory, he's 0 for 2 tonight. 1 hit in his last 19. But he has homered off a lefty already this season, something he did not do last year. He's the tying run here in the 8th.
Oh, that can't be a strike. That pitch is too far off the plate to call it a strike, and the catcher's way off there. And I really think that this game has been called pretty good for the most part. But there's maybe 2 pitches that I think were far enough off the plate that they can't be strikes.
Down underneath it, and McMahon able to get the final out. Pirates have that leadoff double, end up stranding a man at first. Still 2-0 Colorado. And our coverage on AT&T Sportsnet begins at noon with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. Now, will the series be on the line tomorrow? That is what we're going to find out here. 2-0 Rockies. Pirates out hitting Colorado, but have not been able to muster much against Chad Bettis and company. Clint Hurdle, the former Rockies manager. Ninth inning. Great job by Santana. 2 hitless, scoreless innings of relief of Trevor Williams, now making his Pirate debut, Richard Rodriguez.
Yeah, and you see with just 5 appearances last year with Baltimore, pitched well down in AAA Indianapolis. Really liked the stuff in spring training. He has one of those fastballs that just seems like it accelerates as it travels. I mean, it just jumps on hitters. You saw a lot of swing and miss on the fastball. Not like a real high velocity guy, but it's sneaky. Bad looking swing there from Ian Desmond. And so the fastball at 92 sped up the bat, so much so that Desmond started everything early.
He's 0 for 2 tonight. And you give up 2 runs to a Rockies team. And if that is indeed the case, you feel good about your chances. But
wow, I mean, that's by him. That is by him. And just 94. And you're talking about a pretty good hitter in Ian Desmond, and that pitch was way by him. This thing just takes off, and I mean, that ball, but by the time the bat got out to where you want to make contact, you'll see it here, how much behind this fastball. I mean, it's by him. That bat was still behind Desmond when Cervelli caught it.
Desmond down on strikes, and now Trevor Story trying to exchange info, and there's not a lot of book at the major league level for Rodriguez. 28 years old. Signed as a minor league free agent and was added to the roster when he was called up 4 days ago. Like his predecessor, Edgar Santana signed late. He signed at age 20 with Houston. And was pitching down to AAA. It had struck out 9, gave up just 1 hit in his 5 innings.
Going upstairs. I thought about it.
Yeah, good numbers throughout his career in the upper minor leagues as well, with Ryan McMahon on deck. Got a base hit for Story, his second tonight.
He just didn't get that ball far enough away from Trevor Story. Big sweeping breaking ball ended up in the middle of the plate.
One out base runner for Ryan McMahon, who drove in a run with a base hit back in the 4th. 4 straight Rockies reached in that inning, but Trevor Williams helped out Cervelli and Sean Rodriguez in tandem. Caught Carlos Gonzalez trying to steal, then Williams able to make that just 1 run.
Hit a pretty good pitch too. A fastball right on the knees on the outside corner. Slapped it the other way.
Trying to keep Story honest. He's already pilfered 3 bags this year. Now the Rockies investing a formidable sum of money in their bullpen. Last couple of years, you saw Mike Dunn, who was signed the year prior. Wade Davis brought in to be their closer. They brought back McGee, who has already pitched tonight.
I would think you'd have to overspend in Colorado to bring in pitching talent. I don't know many pitchers that are going to say, ooh, I'll give a discount to the Rockies.
Pretty views around Denver.
Go play in that ballpark, unless it's your last contract.
And their thought process was, you know, they have a very young starting rotation and aren't paying them hardly anything because they're just starting out, so they can spend the money on the back end. And like you said, yeah, probably overpay, but they can spread it around a little bit more with relievers than if you invested, say, in one big name starting pitcher.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, Tyler Chatwood, who didn't have great numbers because he pitched in Colorado. On the road, he had great numbers. He had a sub-3 ERA on the road. Who knows what his numbers would have been like? So he wasn't, you know, wasn't a name in free agency, and a lot of it had to do with pitching in Colorado.
91, nearly middle.
Yeah, that's kind of that deception, whether it's the release point or what have you. That 91 middle of the plate and another late swing.
He's always held the walks down throughout his minor league career. He's got a pair of strikeouts. Two gone against Rodriguez.
This one looked like it had a little movement running away. No, maybe not. Just above the belt and by McMahon.
Yes. Tony Walters. And listen, 3 trips tonight. Well, if Rodriguez can get through this and put up a 0, you'll have to tip your cap to Pirate pitching tonight. Like the Pirates, the Rockies have been a formidable offensive club in the early going. Ray Searage knows that. And the Pirates coming into tonight's action leading the league in runs scored. So the Rockies have to feel good about so far putting up a 0, but the Pirates will have the heart of the order coming up in the bottom half.
Second time tonight that we've witnessed a 2-out bunt attempt,
which defeats normal theory, unless you're a speed merchant that
yeah, well,
you know, I guess, right?
In this case, Wolters is just wanting a hit. That's all. Stealing a hit.
Now 1 and 2 strikes on him. Trevor Williams gave up 2 runs on 4 hits in 6 innings. Edgar Santana 2 hitless, scoreless innings of relief. And now Richard Rodriguez. Story at first with 2 away, and they'll tend to him. Story is running. Story is safe. Stolen base number 4 for Trevor Story.
That's a tough pitch to throw on. You know, he got a pretty good jump, and then you to go up that high. The ball tailed on him just a bit. I mean, boy, still very, very close. If there's a tag, do we got a tag? Nope, no tag. If there's a tag, would have had him.
That's pretty crazy because, yeah, that was a really tough pitch to throw on. Out to right and deep. But there's room for Polanco. And the bullpen keeps it where it's at. Heart of the order coming up. Pirates down 2. Years of work in this small backyard in the suburbs of Dallas, where his father engineered inventive devices to challenge and train Josh from a young age, helping to mold him into a gifted baseball prodigy. We'll take you to Dallas for an exclusive look at their extraordinary relationship on Inside Pirates Baseball, for whom Bell toils, debuting tonight right after Pirates postgame. He's due up second. Marte, Bell, Dickerson. Bucks down 2-0. And a tough night to really get anything going, and they're going to have to try to do it against a tough closer in Wade Davis.
Yes, sir. Wade Davis opponent's hitting just 125 against him. He did allow a homer. 7 1/3 innings of work.
3-time All-Star, including last season with the Cubs. So there is some familiarity. Marte tonight, an infield hit and a walk. He's been the Pirates' hottest bat last few nights. Need a base runner to bring that tying run up. Pirates have had that happen frequently, but they have not had multiple men on at any point tonight.
Couple of fastballs, only 90. Seems a little low.
Yeah, usually much higher than that. That might be his cutter. Well, if that's no, then if 87, that's his cutter, then that fastball isn't at 90. Yeah. Good eyes, Rock, to notice that. Yeah, typically about 94, 95 when he's warm. Getting some soft contact. Marte fouls out.
Frustrated. I think he knows he got a pretty good pitch to hit there. This fastball elevated a bit. And just underneath it was Starling. That pitch almost down Main Street.
Well, tonight, trying to bunt his way on. Fielder's choice. Rounded into an inning-ending double play. Davis last year with the Cubs, an ERA in the low 2s. Pitched in the postseason, had those memorable 2 and 2 1/3 inning saves for Chicago. What a Gunner used to say?
A lot of different things.
Well, bloop and a blast, right?
Bloop and a blast. Or blast and a blast. We'll take it. But yeah, he used to say a bloop and a blast.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Let's get a base runner and then
somehow, some way.
That's the third baseman, McMahon, playing on the right side against Bell.
See, this would be the time to bunt. I mean, not with 2 strikes, but this particular, as he's not having a good series, doesn't look like he's seeing the ball that well. But I'm just sitting there saying, like, he went up there, power hitter, and Josh Bell, your biggest run producer in terms of RBIs a year ago, and when he came up there in the first and tried to bunt his way on with 2 outs. I mean, if Josh Bell is going to bunt for a hit when you're down 2 in the last inning, would be the best time to do it.
Against a pronounced shift, right? I mean, everybody's way back and hit it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't see earlier in the count where the third baseman was, but I'm just sitting there saying, in general,
I see.
That's when you want to take advantage of that shift or them playing way off the line or deep.
Now Dickerson has that 11-game hitting streak on the line. If he can get aboard, it would match that number on his shirt, which would also match the best in his career.
Isn't it something, though, once you get that 1 bunt base hit and now their third baseman playing him even with the line, even with the bag in. He's actually on the grass.
Which will help Dickerson, right? I mean, in theory.
It could, but I'm just saying, it's like, he hasn't had a bunt hit, didn't you say, in 4 years?
He didn't even try put a bunt in play.
And so I'm just saying
years,
that just goes to show you the scouting that's out there and how analytics and everybody's on everything. I mean, his 1 bunt in 4 years, and they're playing him in at third.
Last chance for the Pirates in the 9th. Get on any way you can. against Wade Davis. All those very good years in Kansas City. Won a World Series back in 15 with the Royals. Oh, even up, or 3-1, I beg your pardon. And just trying to get on to bring that tying run up here in the ninth. Underneath it. And the game is over. The hitting streak is over. And for the Pirates, for the first time this season, they will lose a series as the Rockies have taken the first 2 games of this set. They win it 2-0 here tonight.
Well, you face the Rockies, you expect an offensive matchup. You expect runs to be put on the board. They always have had good lineups, and they've always struggled in the pitching area. Well, they've come in here showing that they got some good young arms and they can pitch. And you know, Chad Bettis was on the top of his game and made very few mistakes, and really didn't give the Pirates much. Not enough base runners, not enough traffic, not enough opportunities.
So the veteran Wade Davis wraps it up for the Rockies. Pirates will try to get 1 game tomorrow, but first let's talk about this one, and let's go on to Rob and Michael.
Joe and John, thanks very much. And this is a good Colorado Rockies team that's come here and cooled down a hot Pirates team in the first 2 games of the series.
Yeah, ever since that Nolan Arenado fight, they've been red hot, and they haven't stopped here. Their pitching's been tops in the major leagues. They continue to do it against the Pirates tonight. Pirates just got beat by a better team today. It's
a good, solid ball club that has postseason aspirations, and tonight's Miller's light, old, true moment was provided by their starting pitcher. Chad Bettis goes 7 1/3, 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Michael, he's a really good story. The guys talked about it, and we talked about it last night, the recovery from testicular cancer, the relapse, what he went through. He and Jameson Tyone have bonded. This guy's been through a lot, and he really pitched a gem here tonight.
He pitched an absolute gem, and I was talking about it pregame. He resurrected his career in sorts by going back to the drawing board, redoing some things with the new pitching coaches. They came in with an idea, he followed them, and he's been good ever since. He used to be a guy that threw really hard. Now he's a guy that actually is able to throw 4 different pitches, 4 different areas at 4 different times. It's incredible how good he's gotten, and he was very, very good today.
Pirates dropped 2 in a row, the first 2 games of this brief 3-game homestand, losing today by the final score of 2-0. Coming up on Pirates postgame presented by the Allegheny Health Network, we will have highlights from this game. You're going to hear from manager Clint Hurdle and others, also highlights from around the league. Michael's going to be talking about a few positives. Edgar Santana, as the Pirates looking for some guys to step forward in their bullpen. Santana, a strong outing. We'll check back in with Joe and John and more coming up next.